Hello, it's Emma with your Tarot and Oracle reading of the day. As always, if this found you, please trust that there's a message in here for you. If it doesn't resonate, just leave it behind for the person it's for. Okay, I'm going to jump in straight away with some tarot cards and then we'll get some oracle cards for confirmation. What would you like me to share with the collective today? What does the collective need to know? And what does the collective need to hear? We have the Six of Pentacles coming out. What does the collective need to know? What does the collective need to hear? We have the Ten of Wands. Who else wants to come out for us, please? What does the collective need to know? Okay, wow, we got some powerful energy in this reading today. We also got the Two of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and, three more. The Three of Pentacles, the Magician. We love to see him. We're talking about manifestation. We're talking about taking control of our own destiny, our own fate. The Emperor. Okay, so looking at this spread, I feel I'm talking to people who are looking to collaborate in their outside world, in their external reality. This is a group of people that have been very burdened in their past. You may currently be feeling some of that burdensome energy at the moment. But this reading really speaks to me of a person who is looking to work with people, to give to people, to lift people up, to raise people up from a position of power, okay? So this is somebody who is walking towards leadership, okay? With this magician card, it makes me think that you are somebody who has realized that you have this capacity for leadership. Perhaps it wasn't something that you considered before. You know, a leader doesn't choose to be a leader, it chooses them. That might resonate with you. But you've realized this, okay? And you've realized that you have the potential to share your gifts, to give to people who are less fortunate than you. You might consider yourself this Ace of Pentacles, if you like, offering stability and opportunity to the people that you meet, to the people who are within this energy that you have previously been within, an energy of indecision, of avoidance, of deadlock, of burden, of hard work. And now that you have you have realized this, you have realized that you have this capability with your experiences to actually lead people out of the dark. You are working with your internal world, your external world, your angels, your ancestors, your guides, in order to bring about a position for yourself in which you are able to fully inhabit the role of the Emperor, the leader, who's also very stable and offers protection. He's very disciplined as well. He has a lot of experience, okay? And this is very much what you're doing now. With this Magician card, if you notice, he has all of the suits on the table and he holds the wand. Is it a wand? I'm not sure what it is. It represents as above, so below, the thing he's holding in his hand. This is a spiritual realization. It's a spiritual awakening to your gifts, to the fact that you perhaps have not been fully embodying the gifts that you were given and your purpose here on earth. But with this Magician and this Emperor card and these two cards as well, which speak of collaboration, teamwork and building something, I think that this is something you are very much excited to head towards. You're excited to step into this leader position. I'd like to get some more clarity on this Emperor card, please. How did we get to this Emperor energy? How did we get to this Emperor energy, please? Okay. Wow. It wasn't easy. I'm talking to people who had to watch their worlds burn. You had to watch your world burn. in order to come into this position of power. Potentially, you've seen this happen so many times. You've seen these tower moments. You've seen the foundations of everything that you've built absolutely shatter in front of your eyes. That you have come to a place of peace, even in these situations. And that's exactly what makes a great leader. Somebody who is able to keep their cool regardless of what is going on in the environment around them. And this has been a training path for you. You know, it was never something that you would just do. You weren't just born and you were a leader. You know, it was something that had to be learned, had to be trained into you, if you like. We also got the Lovers, and we got the Lovers in reverse. And to me, this speaks of a rejection of your own personal internal values, a rejection of your own moral compass, a rejection of what it is that makes you intrinsically you. Okay, so previously we could have been operating from an energy of people pleasing, of putting our own wishes, our own desires on the back burner to look after and accommodate other people. And this had to come to an end with this tower moment. You know, we were in this energy where we weren't listening to our internal compass. We hadn't really fostered our own internal value system. And we didn't trust that, okay? We didn't trust ourselves. And this had to completely, I don't know how the sun's there. This had to completely be smashed to smithereens and come to an end for you to step into this energy. And with this Magician card here as well, I do think that this is a decision that you made. I think there may have been some kind of communion with the universe, some kind of declaration on your part that you saw that you were worthy of more, that you saw that you were here for more. And simply alone with that, you know, with you saying that out loud, our words have such power, and the universe really does respond to our words. And I believe that you have very much manifested this path for yourself. You've decided it's time to step into your true potential, which is the Emperor, which is the leader. And you have the ability to share your gifts, to offer people something that will help them in their own journeys. We also got the Knight of Wands come out for this. How did we get to this Emperor energy? So this is kind of about inspired action. And fearlessness and ideas, passion, creativity, and this is the fire element. So, and the Emperor I think is fire as well. Yeah, we've got fire, 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 fire. Yeah, lots of fire on this table. So we are in a very passionate and creative time. We're being led by that inner fire. You may relate to the idea of feeling that your inner flame was out for a long time. Feeling like your natural creative essence was blocked and inaccessible to you. But with this tower moment and with this Magician, you've moved forward from this energy, okay? And you're moving towards your Emperor energy. Let's get some from the Starseed Oracle for you. Can I have some more info on this new position, this new leadership position? Advice and information, please. Thank you. Okay, we have 2 cards coming out for you. Wonderful. We have Portal. Doors are opening. You decide. Rewards. Wild card. Okay. Yeah, so this, well, it makes a lot of sense given the fact that we're coming up to the spring equinox, which is the time of renewal. It's the time of your seeds sprouting, things bursting through the soil, seeds that you've planted actually coming to fruition. And I do believe that this will be a very symbolic time for you in the way that things line up. So you may have several opportunities coming in for you, which will be very much materially sort of emanating this idea of spring, of rebirth, of renewal. There are doors opening for you as we speak. I believe that there is an element to this of divine timing. There is an element of sort of being in the universe's hands. I believe I'm speaking to a collective that has taken a lot of decisive action with this Knight of Wands card. We've been very much raring to go, ready to get there. We've let it all go. We've smashed the foundations to smithereens, and we can't wait for phase 2. But of course, the universe often needs time to align things for us when we forge out on this new path. And it takes a lot of rearranging. When you've been in an energy that has been quite the opposite of this energy, of the Emperor, of leadership, of decisiveness, of the Magician, of co-creating, of realizing as above, so below. When you've been in the opposite energy of that, you've created a whole life for yourself on foundations that aren't actually true to who you are. And there is a lot that needs to be worked out and worked through in order for you to fully step into this reality and for it to be sustainable. So I believe there is work going on behind the scenes currently from your ancestors, your guides, the universe, God, however you refer to it, helping you to throw this new door open into this new timeline that you're stepping into, a timeline of leadership, a timeline of giving, of sharing, of authenticity, of self-truth, of actually showcasing the many gifts that you were always supposed to showcase. This was always your path, okay? We have the I Remember card again. This is a collective that's very much going through an awakening. We're experiencing a rebirth. We're remembering why it is that we actually came here in the first place, and letting go of all the fakery, you know, that we had adorned ourselves with previously. This card says soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Okay, so this juxtaposition between the fated life and the destiny life really does make me think of the life that we inherit versus the life that we actively co-create for ourselves with the universe. So you have, well, we're all born into a system that places certain limitations on our being, you know, especially particularly in our minds, you know, mental prisons that we are led into and not shown where the key is on how to escape. Things that you've inherited from your family, past traumas that were passed down to you. This is very much a card of deciding to leave behind karmic cycles, to leave behind cycles that were never yours to carry, and to truly face your North Node, to face your destiny, to face and accept what it is that you are at your core, okay? This Lovers card, upright, is all about values, internal values, knowing yourself, leading your own way. And I believe we're very much coming into this energy now of the Lovers upright. Let's have another one from this deck, please. One more from this deck. What else? What other messages would you like me to... That's too many. What other messages would you like me to pass on, please? What else does the collective need to know today? Okay. So these two cards actually came out in a previous reading, which is no surprise. The people watching me are probably the people that have watched all of these readings. We have the Jump In card, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. This is very much speaking about this portal that's opening up, this new doorway. You are being advised that it is safe. It is safe to forge ahead on this path. You are on the right track. The intuition, the downloads that you're receiving are very much from source. You are having a soul remembrance. You can trust yourself. There may have been a marked lack of trust in the self previously, particularly with this combination, okay? Not knowing where to go, not knowing who you were to your core in order to make the correct decisions for your life and for yourself. And so operating from a place of making a decision based on the other people around you. But very much here, we're being given the green light from the universe to say yes to this change, to walk through this door, this portal that is opening for us, that is going to allow us to finally be within this leadership energy, within this stable energy, where we are able to share these gifts that we were always supposed to share, okay? Lovely. We have the weight of the world as well, which says boundaries, let it go, it's not yours to carry. This, once again, speaks to me of taking on other people's trauma, things that have been handed down to you through the lineage, and actually realizing that it was never yours to carry, okay? This is a realization, a soul remembrance that the things that have haunted you, the things that have driven you, the things that have made you act in certain ways, never came from you, okay? They never came from you. They came from a long line of people before you who could not or were not able to break a cycle. And you're that cycle breaker. You're a cycle breaker. This is incredible. It's incredible energy, you know. I'm so privileged to be speaking with you and helping to guide you through this, because it's a huge change. It's stepping from one timeline into another is no easy feat, you know, but you're doing it. That's exactly what you're doing here. Let's have one from the pocket archetypes. See what archetypes want to come forward for you. Now, I do all of this intuitively. I choose to read from the book occasionally, but I'm very much enjoying the intuitive insights that I'm getting from the cards. Learning as we go though, I'm no professional, so everybody has to start somewhere. If you're thinking of jumping in and starting a new creative project, do it. This is your green light. We do have one card coming out for you straight away. If I can find it. Where's it gone? There it is. Okay. Amazing. Amazing. We have the vow. I feel this is a vow to yourself. I feel like this is an agreement between you and the universe, between you and Source, of which you are a part, you know. You are kind of inseparable from Source. You are very much a component of Source. And this is a vow between you and the universe to commit to this path, to commit to your spiritual sovereignty, to commit to to helping people, to using your gifts for good, for letting go of all that came before in order to make room for this new beginning. The vow as well speaks to me of soul contracts. It may be that actually before coming here, before incarnating, it was within your contract, your soul contract, to break generational cycles, to be the one to put this to an end. That's very much what I'm getting from this, a large sense of breaking cycles, and that being something that you had agreed to. Now, you may be somebody who until now very much struggled with the difficulties that you went through and understanding why it was that you had to take on such burdens, why you had to be in such a burdensome energy. And it was all to do with experience. It was all to do with this idea of training, you know, to be able to see things for what they were, to be able to see things for actually where they've come from and why you've been taking them on. And you've broken free from that. You've remembered who you are. You've remembered what you are. You've remembered what's yours to carry and what's not, and you're letting it go. And you're jumping right into this new energy, this new beginning, straight through the portal, okay? Let's get a couple more from this archetypes deck for you. What else wants to come forward for the collective, please? Give me something that relates to the reading. What else wants to come forward today? Okay. We have the vision coming out, and we have the orphan coming out as well. Okay. Let's get some more clarity on this orphan card, please. Something. The self. Yes. Okay, so this is speaking to me of an abandonment of the self. You abandoned all that you were for what people told you were, for the idea that people had of you, which you took on. You abandoned that. You became an orphan to yourself. Your inner child was rejected. Your inner child was an orphan. You didn't see it with love. You didn't see it with care. You saw it with contempt. And that potentially caused a lot of internal conflict, a lot of really difficult emotional battles that you had to face. And it might have been very confusing at the time, kind of wondering, you know, why is this happening? What is it that's wrong with me that is making me go round in circles, you know? And this was all to do with acknowledging the true self, with understanding who you are at your core. Outside of your corporeal form, what is it that you are at your core? What is your true self, okay? And perhaps this came in a vision. Perhaps it came in several visions. Perhaps it came very, very gradually over time. But you have come to this realization of self. And you have made that vow to yourself and to the universe to explore your gifts, to step forward authentically, to put down the weight of stuff that wasn't yours, okay? And to reclaim this orphaned inner child with love and acceptance. Your vision is stretching very far currently. You're probably very preoccupied with the future. As we're about to step through a new door, you know, it's very exciting. We're looking around, we're thinking, wow, what's here? What's new? And this is probably your energy currently, a lot of momentum, very, very ready for this new start. And it's well deserved because the cards are telling me that you have done so much work, particularly to do with your inner child, and particularly to do with the baggage that was passed down your family line, okay? Let's get some from the Mystical Shaman pocket deck. And then I think we'll end the reading there. Some fabulous energy coming forward. So at the bottom of the box, not coming out, we have the Vision Quest, and we just had the vision. So we are very much visionaries. We're pioneers of the future, part of the new Renaissance, if you like, ushering in a new age of creativity, a new age of spirituality, something new that has not been seen before, something soulful, something free. And you are very much a part of the collective that is being called to do that, that is being called to really dive into these creative endeavors, and to kind of bring that to the world, to show that to the world, to let that shine out so that you can actually help other people, so that you can help other people grow, so that you can help other people out of this burdensome energy, and so that you can build and collaborate with people who are on a similar path to you. And you can finally connect with your soul family, with the people who are meant for you. No more karmic ties, no more chasing your tail in a circle. You're stepping onto your highest timeline, okay? What else for the collective? Give me something else that relates, please. Something else that relates for the collective. Make it clear. Honestly, I mean, how many cards are in a deck? Maybe 60? Every time I pull from this deck, it's the arrow. I do feel this is a lot to do with releasing the baggage. I feel that there is an extreme sense of lightness, of flow, of being dynamic, because you've actually finally dropped the weight of the world that was stopping you from reaching your highest potential and soaring towards your North Node, your destined path, okay? With this fated life versus destiny life. What an incredible reading. I mean, you're very much on target. You're headed directly for this opening, this heart chakra opening, where you allow yourself to be seen, you allow yourself to be authentic, you allowed yourself to lead with your gifts. And you're not leading because you want to be in control, you're not leading because you want to be loved, you're not leading for any other reason than to lift the people around you up, okay? These are conscious leaders I'm speaking to. You are a conscious, spiritual, creative leader. And we need so much more of that in this day and age. So if you're seeing this and you are really considering going about a new creative endeavor, throwing yourself into it at the deep end, this is your confirmation from the universe that you are on exactly the right track for that, okay? Congratulations.